Hi, Whitney asked me to make a quick video about some experiences I've been having recently with the temple. Last October, I was kind of in a bad place. I had some hard things happen in my life last year, and so I was very excited to hear the general conference. And the talk that really impacted me was the talk that President Nelson gave on the temple and about the importance of building our spiritual foundation by attending the temple.
In like manner, it is now time that we each implement extraordinary measures, perhaps measures we have never taken before, to strengthen our personal spiritual foundations. Unprecedented times call for unprecedented measures.
So after hearing the talk, I really was like, oh, I need to go to the temple more. I need to recommit myself. And so I did. I started going a little bit more often. But then the Spirit prompted me I needed to do more than just go a little more often. So I went back through the talk and I said, there's a lot of blessings with the temple that he talked about. And so I wrote down all of the blessings that we can receive in the temple from he mentioned in his talk. And I was really surprised when I found out that there were 16 blessings, which is a lot more than I figured that I remembered the talk having. I knew the talk had some blessings, but anyway. And so I marked them all up and marked the talk all up. And then I made a list and I printed a list of all of the blessings. And next thing the Spirit prompted me to do was to take that list and to put it into a journal. So I did. So here's the journal I went and bought. And I put the little list in the front of the journal. And that's when things started to get really cool. So I started to notice a lot of miracles in my life as I attended the temple more and made a huge effort to go often. And some of those miracles happened while I was at the temple. Some of them happened outside of the temple. Some of them happened with my children. I've really been keeping this journal since January. There were a few experiences that I remembered having, like in November and December, that I wrote down as well. But you could probably see I already have a big chunk of stuff written in this journal. And every time I write about a blessing, at the end of it, I write about an experience that I've had. I write down the number of the blessing that I had, or multiple blessings, because sometimes there's multiple blessings in an experience that relate to the talk. I can't even begin to describe all the miracles that I've seen with my family and with me personally. I had an experience where I was reconciled with a friend who really hurt me. I had an experience where I felt angels with me. I've had multiple experiences where I have learned more about the symbols and the covenants and the just the endowment and the initiatory, that I've just learned so much, and understanding it better. It's made a lot more sense to me, and I've seen things that I've never seen before. And had an experience the other day. My son was supposed to go on a trip to France at the end of the school year, and our Pioneer trek had been rescheduled in our ward many times, and they rescheduled it for the same time as his school trip. And he prayed about it and felt like he needed to go to trek. Totally not what I wanted for him, because I was like, you're going to give up going to Europe to push a hand cart? I don't know. I didn't have a good experience on trek when I was a kid. So I was like, okay. But I'm seeing the miracles happen in my children's lives, because that's one of the blessings, is that we will be able to make decisions, and we will learn how to make decisions through the Spirit. So that was a huge blessing for my kids. I I can't even tell you all the miracles and blessings that I've seen, and it's been amazing. I'm so grateful for a prophet that knows how to help us in these days. I look at the world, everything's different now. I didn't think my life could be so transformed within a couple months, but it has been. And I'm just really, really grateful for our prophet.
My dear brothers and sisters, these are the latter days. If you and I are to withstand the forthcoming perils and pressures, it is imperative that we each have a firm spiritual foundation built upon the rock of our Redeemer, Jesus Christ. So I ask each of you, how firm is your foundation? And what reinforcements to your testimony and understanding of the gospel are needed? The temple lies at the center of strengthening our faith and spiritual fortitude because the Savior and his doctrine are the very heart of the temple. Everything taught in the temple, through instruction and through the Spirit, increases our understanding of Jesus Christ. His essential ordinances bind us to him through sacred priesthood covenants. Then, as we keep our covenants, he endows us with his healing, strengthening power. And oh, how we will need his power in the days ahead.